Our security business is growing at a very rapid clip. We're now up to $500 million a year, growing in the high 20%. Kona does provide security to keep things like that from happening.
You confident you could have stopped it?
Oh, absolutely. No, those kind of things, can be easily stopped just by filtering the traffic coming into the enterprise.
Now, while your cloud security business is growing quickly, the rate decelerated. What, if anything, does that say about the maturity of that business, and is that in part what's driving some of the M&A that you're doing?
I think we have a long way to go in security. You can look at the headlines and see all the attacks and the damage they're causing. And just very recently, we've debuted new technology using machine learning to distinguish between a human's behavior and a bot's behavior. How you hold your mobile phone when you're doing a transaction. And that's really important because so many of the login attempts now are bots trying to break into accounts and steal, people's money.
How you hold your phone. So in other words, using nanotechnology to say a human being is actually doing this by hand?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be amazed, as you hold your phone, you do certain motions, you click and you tap. And when bots, come into your site, very different profiles. So it makes a big difference in being able to say, hey, this is a bot that's stolen somebody's credentials, so we have to block them and alert security.
What's happening in the media business? I mean, the traffic you dealt with was up, I believe, 24%, but revenue is down. That doesn't look good for margins. You say it's stabilized. How confident are you? Why are you confident that it has stabilized, and what's happening with that dynamic?
Yeah, so, traffic grows and price per bit decreases. Overall revenue is pretty steady in the media business now, but traffic is starting to accelerate. So the internet as a whole, published stats say growing about 24%. We grew, more than that, so we're gaining share. Video, almost double that. I think you should look to the future with more and more video going over the top, huge potential for growth, and that'll drive revenue.
And you don't break that out specifically within the media business, right?
Yeah, we talk about it sort of once a year, but video is rapidly becoming a large portion of our traffic. And I think if you look to the future of the internet, that's what drives the growth of traffic on the internet.
What's the impact of the cloud giants on your business? I mean, the expectation is that once they've consolidated all of those bits and facilities, they're going to use pricing power to make sure that they don't have to pay a lot to folks like you.
Oh, well, the cloud giants are very big companies, and they've already figured out how to use pricing power. Now, several of them are large Akamai customers. Collectively, all together, they account for 8% of our revenue now, so we're much more diversified than we used to be when they accounted for about a quarter of our revenue. And I think it's a pretty stable situation right now for us. We provide real value for them, and I think the impact they've had on our revenue growth at this point will start to abate.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.